Hi Year 6, I hope you're well and had a great half term. Today we're going to do some long division. So before we get started, you need to grab yourself a sheet of paper and a pencil. Off you go. Brilliant. Okay, so we're going to get warmed up first. I'm going to tell you a times table and then you're going to pause the video and give yourself 30 seconds to write down as many of that times table as you can. Okay, get ready to start. We're going to start with 7. Pause the video and write down your 7 times table. Brilliant, how did you do? Let's have a look. This is what I wrote down earlier. So, as you know really well, 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70, 77, 84, 91, and then I ran out of room. What did you notice about that? Can you see any patterns? I noticed that it goes odd, even, odd, even. Did you notice any other patterns? Okay, get ready to pause the video again, and your next times table is the 12 times table. Pause the video and write it down. Okay, so 12 times table. Let's have a little look. As you know really well, 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96, 108, 120, 132, 144, 156, and 168. Again, I ran out of room at that point. Did any of you get any further? What do you notice there? Yeah, that's right, they're all even numbers. Did you notice any other patterns? I noticed in the ones column, it goes 2, 4, 6, 8, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and it just continues using that pattern. Okay, tricky one to finish on. So this time, I'd like you to write your 23 times table. Not one we're that familiar with. So pause the video, off you go. Okay, how did you do? 30 seconds to write them down. How many did you get written down? This is how far I got. So 23, 46, 69, 92, 115, 138, 161, 184, 207, 230, 253, 276. Okay, what patterns do you notice there? Okay, brilliant, well done. Okay, now pop those out the way and let's have a look at what we're going to do with that 23 times table. Thanks, Daisy. Okay, so we've got the calculation 5,635 divided by 23. Now I know my 23 times table because we wrote it down a few moments ago and I've left that on my board here. I've also jotted down the 4 operations that are going to help me get through this calculation. Divide, multiply, subtract. They're not officially an operation, but still an action that we'll do, which is to drop down the number. Okay, so let me set it out. We're going to write 23, and we're going to divide that into 5,635. Okay, now, starting as we would with a normal short division, I'm going to see how many times 23 goes into 5. I know it doesn't go, it's too big. So I'm going to put a 0 above the 5. Now I'm going to look at the next number, which is a 6, so that's 56. So how many times does 23 go into 56? Now I'm going to check on my times table line. So I've got 1, 2. That number's too big, so I know it's 2. I'm going to put a circle around that, and you'll see why in a moment. So I'm going to write a 2 above the 6, and I know that 23 twos, or 2 times by 23, is 46. So I'm going to write that underneath like so. Okay? And now I'm going to subtract that. So you can see I'm working my way down my operations line. So I know that 6 take away 6 is 0. I know that 5 take away 4 is 1. Okay, and now I know the next action I need to do is drop down this number, which is the number 3. Okay, so now I'm looking 103. So how many times does 23 go into 103? Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times, so I'm going to put a circle around there. I know that 23 times by 4, 23 times by 4 is 92. So I'm going to write my 92 here and do the subtraction part. So I know that 3 subtract 2 is 1. I know that I'll need to do an exchange now because I can't do 0 subtract 9. So I need to exchange here. So it now becomes 10 take away 9, which I know is a 1. Okay, and my next operation or action is to drop down that 5. So the 5 goes here, and that gives me now the number 115. So how many times does 23 go into 115? Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brilliant. So I'm going to put a circle around that to write my 5 here. I know that 23 multiplied by 5 is 115. And now I'm going to do the subtraction. 5 minus 5 is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. And 1 minus 1 again is 0. Brilliant. So I'm left with the 3 zeros. So if I go back to the first calculation, 5,635 divided by 23, I can now say that the answer is 245. And to check that, you can do a nice straightforward long multiplication, 23 multiplied by 245, and you'd come up with this number here. Okay, so now let's look at a word problem that involves some long division. Here we go. 17 people book a holiday together. The total cost of the holiday is £4,488, which they split equally between them. How much does each person pay? So give it some thought, and we'll go through it together in a moment. Okay, so I've got my calculation at the top. £4,488 divided by 17 people. And I've got my 17 times table written down one side, and my reminders of the operations and actions I need to do down the other. Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down the number. So we'll start the same as we always would. 17 doesn't go into 4, okay? 4 is too small. So I'm going to put a 0 above that 4. Now we've got the number 44. So 17 into 44. Let's check 1, 2. So circle around that to remind us. And we'll write the number 2 here. Now we know that 17 times by 2 is 34. So we can subtract that 34 from 44. Okay, so 4 take away 4 is 0. 4 take away 3 is 1. Now I'm on the drop down action. So I drop it down, which is the number 8, and it's 108. So how many times does 17 fit into 108? Or I could say 108 divided by 17. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 is the number I'm going to write here. And 17 times by 6 is 102. So we can subtract that. 8 subtract 2 is 6. 0 take away 0 is 0. 1 take away 1 is also 0. And again, drop down this digit here. Okay, so now we've got 68. So 17, let's see how many times it fits into 68. So 68 divided by 17 is 1, 2, 3, 4. The answer is 4. Okay, 17 times by 4, let's just check this. 1, 2, 3, 4. We know is 68. We can subtract these numbers. We know that 8 take away 8 is 0. 6 take away 6 is also 0. Because it's ended in 0 here, we know this is the end of the calculation. This is the answer. It's 264. So I now know that each person in that group of 17 paid £264 each for their holiday. How did you do? But Molly thinks of maths, especially long division. She loves it. Look. Say hi, Molly. Okay, now I managed to save one of the sheets of paper from Molly. She's not very happy about it. She keeps having a little whimper. But on that last sheet of paper, there's a few calculations for you to get on with by yourself. Okay, and I've put a little reminder of the 4 operations or actions you need to do. And just a quick word of warning, the third one here, so the 5,224 divided by 32, that might have a decimal answer. Okay, so remember, you can check your answers by using a calculator or by doing a quick long multiplication. Good luck, and I hope you do really well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you really soon, hopefully. Bye!